Hey everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. This is the fan reaction show, yes, after Liverpool got beat 1-0 at Tottenham. Again, controversial circumstances when Liverpool lose down there. Obviously, this time, of course, only the first leg of the League Cup semi-final, so there is a chance for Liverpool to redeem themselves here. But yeah, I'm here to let you guys have your say on everything you saw there, so get yourselves involved now live on the YouTube chat, in the Discord chat if you're one of our Redmen Plus Legend subscribers, or over on social media, either if that tickles your fancy, and I'll bring as many of your comments up, answer any questions, give your thoughts, all that kind of stuff. Please do so. Right, let's see who's here first. Yeah, Salander with the point actually that in a way is kind of big in the football. Hope Bentancur is all right. Excuse me. That looks scary, yeah. And obviously, a big delay in the first half when Bentancur went down injured. It looks like he took a real whack when he whacked the floor. So, fingers crossed he's okay, and all is well with him, because yeah, it didn't look a great one. Yeah, never nice when you see someone being stretched off. And I think Tottenham's update was that he's going to hospital, and yeah, fingers crossed he's okay. Right then, let's move on to the next one. Joel Gamers, nice live. Gamers instead of Gomez, I guess, live. Not a great performance, however. I think the guy who scored deserved the red card. And I agree. I think that game probably should have ended as a draw. But yeah, and let's talk about the whole thing. I'll be honest, I thought his first booking was probably a bit soft. I'm not sure if he caught too much Luis Diaz, to be honest, Bergvall. Having said that, he was on a yellow card when he flies into Kostas Tsimikas, therefore he probably should be sent off. And I think it's weird, and it's one of these quirks of football, is that, when you're playing advantage, and sometimes refs just don't go back and produce a yellow card for whatever reason. It half gives them an excuse to get away with it. So he does that, and then obviously a minute or whatever, Bergvall scores. And that isn't even the worst part, and it is. He should be sent off, and we know that. Also, it's more that, the fact that Kostas is on the side of the pitch and the attack down that side, it's so actually it's at that point in time, it's Liverpool who are down to 10 men. I still think Kanate should defend the situation better. It's worth mentioning that, Solanke does well, but it's a bit easy by Ibu, not long come on himself, and I think he should have done better. But yeah, it's a stupid situation, really. I think the ref half bottles it. The fact that he's on plays the advantage, gets him away with it. But like I say, the fact that Liverpool are then down to 10 men at the same time when it probably should have been Spurs, and then the lad who did it scores, it's a kick in the bollocks, isn't it? Like I say, I'm not going to sit here and say Liverpool would play particularly well, because I don't think they did, but you can't get away from the fact, and I think anyone would agree, it's a pretty controversial goal, and it's not the first time that's happened at Tottenham, is it? I think the ref just made an error, and it's crap, and ultimately Liverpool have been hurt, not only because the lads doesn't get sent off. We're now down to 10 men. It's a flip reversal. So, yeah, it's poor, really. Having said that, like I say, I do think Kanate should have done much better than what he did against Solanke. I think, size of Kanate, he's too easily shrugged off. Again, I know we hadn't been on too long when that goal goes in, but still, you'd expect him to do better than just get easily pushed off the ball. Probably the main attribute to his game, really, is his strength and physicality, Ibu. I think he'd been on like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. I don't know if that plays a part in it, but I think Arne Slot would also be disappointed at that as well, which is... But yeah, you can't get away from the fact, listen, I'm not going to sit here and bemoan and say it's the refs, it's a conspiracy and all that, because I don't think it is. I think, and I understand the first yellow card is a bit soft. I'm just checking the replay now. He probably doesn't, I think Luis Diaz half dives, if I'm honest. But the fact is, he is on that yellow card when he makes that second challenge, which is absolutely a yellow. And the ref is about to give the foul until it rolls through to Luis Diaz. So yeah, it's a stinker of a decision, really. And what makes it worse is it injures Kostas. He clearly gets a whack on the ankle. He is now off the pitch, haven't gotten treatment, and they score it. Yeah, it's just a naff situation, but you can't. It is what it is, and like I say, it's a poor one. And I think the ref will know himself that he should have done better with that one. Right, I don't know if Don had his super chat read out on the last part of the show, but I'll read it out now. Why is Salah never withdrawn? He was terrible, says Don Tommy K. I thought, yeah, to be honest, I don't think Salah was good at all. I think he had a poor game. Why is he not withdrawn? Again, I don't know. It's a fair point. Maybe the manager isn't quite ready to trust Elliott or Chiesa. And listen, also, Salah, who's most likely to score for Liverpool? It's probably at some point going to be Mo Salah. But you are right, he didn't have his best game, and I'm sure when we do the player ranking show a bit later on, I'm sure that will be reflected because he didn't play well at all. Raheem, Slaughter's lost the plot. He should have hooked Jones and Salah. He hasn't lost the plot, has he? I mean, but and again, I don't think Salah played well. I don't think Kate's had his best game as well. But yeah, I don't think he's lost the plot. I think that's a bit too far, to be honest with you. But Mr. Whoopsie, nice name. Wataru Endo, top 3 centre back in the world. I actually thought Endo did quite well as centre back, and I was actually, when the offside goal and it's very close, is nearly given. That's when the manager thinks maybe I'm going to make a change. I don't know. I thought Endo was playing pretty well as centre back, and maybe it'd be better off keeping him in there. I don't know. Who knows? And maybe bringing on a Harvey Elliott or someone if he wants to take McAllister off. But you're right. I do think Endo had a pretty good game at the back, and we might need him there. I mean, we don't know what's up with Gerald Kwanzaa in terms of he looked like he was putting out his chest at some point. I don't know what was quite wrong with him, but yeah, we might need Endo. Liverpool obviously with no Gomez, and obviously Kwanzaa goes off. They might need Endo for a little bit coming up in the next couple of weeks, maybe, especially perhaps at the weekend, because I don't think the manager's going to want Virgil van Dijk playing in that game. Yeah, Bolton, he should have kept Endo there. Perhaps, again, hindsight's 20/20, isn't he? But yeah, I don't think he needed to move him out of there. Right then, let's see who else. Kieran says, at what point does Elliott get minutes? Why wasn't he on for Jones at any point in this game? Yeah, maybe. I probably would have brought him on as well. It's interesting. I think Curtis is obviously the lightning bolt for criticism at this moment in time. I don't think he had his greatest game, if I'm honest with you. I haven't really seen it because I had to jump in. It looked like he got fouled. Was that not a penalty at the end? I don't know. I haven't really seen enough replays of it, but it looked like he might have got fouled, Curtis. But I agree. I think I certainly, my sub actually would have been when he took McAllister off. I think I would have just kept Endo at the back, and I think I would have brought Elliott on there. But listen, the manager's seen it differently. Why doesn't he get minutes? I don't know. Does the manager not fancy him? Is there something wrong with him? Because he's hardly getting a look in, really. Elliott, again, he'll probably play at the weekends and play a full 90 minutes, but it feels like he's not in Arne Slot's plans at this moment in time. I think that's obvious. We're not seeing much of him at all since he's returned from injury, and before the injury, he wasn't really getting the look in either. So I think there is obviously something that he either prefers in the other players or he doesn't like in Harvey, I guess. I don't know. But you are right. It felt like that game he could have done. He could have played, he could have done something there, but so I couldn't say the answer, if I'm honest with you. Right, let's have a look. Who else we've got in here? Who else have we got in the chat? Basically, Vader going back here tells you how important Sobbo is. Our attack is nothing without him. It's the same as the super chat we had earlier, isn't it? From Keegan, who says all the Szoboszlai haters look silly now. Liverpool's midfield certainly lacks the energy without Szoboszlai. He is certainly the most athletic of the players in midfield. So we are lacking that, I think it's fair to say. He does offer something a little bit different, and listen, when we battered Spurs last time, he was very much a major part of that one. So yeah, hopefully by the time Liverpool, don't even worry about this weekend, don't even have him close to that one, but by the time Liverpool play Nottingham Forest, like I say, hopefully Szoboszlai is back off this illness, because obviously he's been unwell for a while now, so fingers crossed. Although Gino disagrees, Grav is more athletic than Szoboszlai. Maybe, I don't think he's more. I think it's a different type of athleticism, and it's a different job that he's asked to do. But yeah, Gravenberch is obviously clearly a great athlete, and I thought he had a pretty good game again today. But more in terms of of those number 10s, perhaps, then in terms of bombing forwards, I think Liverpool are missing a little bit of Szoboszlai this time. Ryan says, Curtis just doesn't do anything defensively and doesn't do enough going forwards. Listen, I think Curtis... This is the problem when people talk about Curtis Jones. He's clearly not shit. So stop saying he's shit. People think he's crap. He had a really good, if you look back at Leverkusen, Chelsea, Real Madrid, top teams, and he's played well and been excellent against them all. He has had a couple of bad games. He has, and make no bones about it. But it doesn't mean he's crap. He's not crap. He's clearly good enough. He's played over 100 games for Liverpool. It just feels like people can't wait to jump on the Curtis Jones bandwagon. I'm not saying you're this, Ryan, but I've been on social media today and I've been looking in the chat, and it feels like people are desperate to to put a hammer on him. I don't know. I might be wrong on that one. But he's having he was poor today, and I don't think he was great against Man United. I think that's fair to say. But I don't know. I don't think he's as bad as people make out. I think he's had a pretty good season. He's had a poor couple of games, and that's coincided with Liverpool having a couple of poor games as well. So who knows? Yeah, and as Ryan says, I don't think he's crap. I just mean over the last couple of games, he's clear. Yeah, he hasn't played well. You can't argue that one. Right, who else have we got in here? James Lim says we look tired. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. It just, I don't know. I don't know if it's tiredness. I don't know what it is. But Liverpool's passing was poor today. Is that a fatigue thing? What is that? I don't know. Maybe it's Mikel Arteta and blame. Maybe it's the ball's fault. I don't know, like Mikel Arteta says. But Liverpool, Liverpool, yeah, I don't know. It might be fatigue. Maybe they need a couple of days off, and they're going to get one. Obviously, they're not going to play now till Tuesday, so they've got a bit of a break to get themselves back going. I can't imagine too many players there are going to be playing at the weekend against Accrington. So there's definitely time to get if it is that. But yeah, I don't know if it is fatigue, overplay. I don't know what it is, but Liverpool were poor in terms of the quality tonight. Really, there were a few good moments, but there were lots of missed passes, bad first touches, and in fact, it was pretty much throughout the whole team. You know, the goalkeeper did one, Timmercast did one, Bradley had the same. Obviously, we saw Konate, Depp Curtis, Salah, Diaz, Jota. It felt like a bit of an epidemic of people just not being able to control and pass the ball at times. So is that fatigue? I don't know, or what it is, but it wasn't good. It was pretty poor. It was pretty average, if I'm honest with you. Having said that, listen, I think that game probably should have been a draw. I don't think Tottenham were any good either, to be honest with you. I think both teams were pretty below par. Some good defending from, Liverpool had one cleared off the line. I thought Virgil van Dijk defended well for us. It probably should have been a 0-0 game, and obviously the controversial goal is what kind of makes a difference. Again, that isn't me coming here and defending Liverpool. I don't think Liverpool played well. It probably should have been a draw. But now you go back to Anfield it's in a month's time. Who knows where both teams are at by then? But 1-0 isn't insurmountable. Of course, it's not ideal. But yeah, it's Liverpool just weren't quite at it today. Again, maybe it is fatiguing. I don't know. But it's listen. They've had two bad games. You can either say Liverpool have been great for 20 odd games and poor for 2, or you can look at those two and think, the world is going to end in a few weeks. No one knows. I can't predict the future, so it depends if you're optimistic or pessimistic. But I don't know if we learned too much today from today. Yeah, let's see. John Heaps. Let's see. We were crap. Kwanzaa was awful again. Why don't they know when they should and shouldn't play out from the back? I mean, how long did Kwanzaa play for? Because I don't think he was crap. I can't even remember. Sorry, how long he was on the pitch for. No, obviously, he gets the injury so he goes off in the 30th minute, of which 10 of those or so has been no one playing. So I don't know how I can say someone was crap over 20 minutes. I don't know. I think he had a couple of poor passes. I think he also bailed Liverpool out a little bit when he beat Son in a foot race. So I think that's harsh, to be honest with you. In terms of playing out, Liverpool just do always play out, and I think again they did it mostly well. I think Alisson got very, very lucky, and Virgil saved us bacon. But yeah, I don't know. Mate, when I think Liverpool are actually quite smart in terms of when they go long. Sometimes when they know they need to. So I don't know if I agree with that one particularly, if I'm honest with you, mate. But listen, it's a game of opinions. We're all here. We can all have our say. That's what we're here for. In terms of, someone says here, Mr. Who was it? I think Mr. J Mango was talking about Kwan, saying that he kept passing it to the opposition. I'm just going to check if I've got any stats on him, actually. I don't know if with it being the League Cup, sometimes these stats don't really give you any in these stats websites. You might be right. It's not something I vividly recall him doing. But I can have a look. How did Kwanzaa get on with the old passing and stuff like that? I mean, I don't even know if these places even look after the stats properly on these League Cup games. That's how much people don't give a toss about them. I can't find it anyway, so maybe they do. If they do, I certainly can't see it. But he did. He did. So let's see. No, to be fair, I think you might have half a point. It looks like, if this is right, he gave the ball away 5 or 6 times, which isn't a lot in 20 minutes. So yeah, fair enough. Maybe with the ball, yeah, I'll take that one. I don't think he had a good game, obviously. I remember Virgil telling him to calm down. I was struggling, I'll be honest, to remember them, but you are right. If the stats are right, he clearly didn't. He clearly was giving the ball away a bit too often. Right, have a look who else we're on about. Michaela Perkins, I'm concerned about Alisson. He's not looked 100% since he come back. I thought in the first half, he kept Liverpool in the game at times. He made some good saves. The one just as the injury happened to Bentancur was a big save. I think that was from the centre-back, from Dragsuin, is it? And he makes a couple of good saves, does Ali? He nearly has an absolute stinker. You know, he gets half lucky when he just about does the little turn, but then he gets the ball nicked off him, and thankfully, at that point in time, Pedro Porro, you know, he hit it straight at Van Dijk and then chipped it wide. It could have been a lot worse. So, I thought Alisson was all right, but he definitely had one sticky moment there. So I don't know, if I'm honest with you. Kelleher will play at the weekend. I think we all know that, but I think we all know Alisson's going to play. Right, who else have we got? Ashby, Steve, shall we run with the ball? Excuse like Arteta and keep it moving? Yeah, absolutely. Let's just blame it on the ball. Refs and balls. That's what Michael Arteta does. Right, who else do we have here? Dylan Bailey. Darwin just can't score. I kind of feel bad for him. I thought the goalie makes a good save on one of them. The one where Salah plays him in, I don't know. I don't know. I thought there's not all you can do really is swivel first time shot and get that on target, I suppose. The bit that done my head in with Nunes was at the end when he just kicked it back to them, which wasn't ideal. Sometimes he's a bit brain dead. I think when he's instinctive at times, he's all right. And we saw that with the little flake and with the shot. But yeah, sometimes he just does your head in. Having said that, I don't think any of Liverpool's 5 forwards today were good. 6 maybe. How many did we see in the end? We saw 5. 5, yeah. We didn't see Cage, did we? So, yeah. I don't think Salah was good. Don't think Jota was good. Don't particularly think Gakpo. Gakpo was probably the best of them, and he was fine. Diaz and Nunes didn't do particularly well either when they came in. I think Liverpool were just blunt in attack, to be honest with you. I'm going to do the player ranking show in a bit, and I'm not sure how many... I'm not sure how I can do that. To be honest, I don't think there's going to be too many high ratings. If truth be told, I don't think Liverpool's attacking players were good, if I'm honest with you. But I think just to single out one player today would be a bit harsh. I think most of the attackers, I think Gakpo was probably the best of a bad bunch. But it wasn't a high bar. I thought Jota really struggled, if I'm honest with you. Dan Arena. Quanta needs a loan and we need to bring a centre-back in January or the summer. Had a great season, but has looked off it when he's played this season. Maybe, listen, he played 20 minutes and we don't know how long he was injured for or what was wrong with him. So maybe, I don't know. But what's an issue at the moment is if he's out and we don't know what's wrong with him yet, and Gomez is out, Liverpool are looking light. So I don't know. DB 1981. Question, do you think Slot is to blame? Why rotate today when you have Accrington Stanley on the weekend? Agree. But I don't think he did rotate that much. That's the point. Canate, he probably has to rotate because they're looking after him. He's only just come back from an injury. I don't know, maybe. I think Liverpool still picked a pretty strong team. Like, it's not like they had a team full of kids, so I don't know. If anything, I thought maybe he could have rotated more. I think he probably needed to freshen up midfield, for example. But he chose not to. I thought Bradley and Costas played well when they both came in. So I don't know, if I'm honest with you. It's just, I don't know, if truth be told. Yeah, let's see who else we've got in here. Gakpo was off tonight, I thought, says Killian. We didn't snap into tackles too many times. Too many times they have our lads around them. A Spurs player got a pass away, and it was the same against United. Yeah, I thought Liverpool would have lacked a little bit of aggression at times today. I don't know what it is. Again, someone mentioned before he's tired. I don't know. Listen, it looks at times they were sort of not quite there. But yeah, Liverpool weren't great. Making no bones about it. They didn't particularly play well, if truth be told. And Andre with the super chat. He's one of our members. Sorry. Tons of knee-jerk reactions, but a solid performance this weekend and a win against Forest will make the last games feel insignificant, and that's it. It's listen. If you some people will, and listen, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Some people will think they'll ignore what they've seen up to this point and maybe think back to last year and like, are Liverpool about to hit the skids a bit here? Are these signs to come that something's wrong? I don't know. Time will tell time will tell us, won't we? I can't predict the future. But I don't think it's the worst thing if a few of these lads have a bit of time off ahead of Forest, get the weekend off, get some minutes into some of the lads who you maybe are going to need. I think, is Slot not using them because they haven't played and he's not sure what he's going to get from them? I don't know. I can't predict the future, but in terms of like, is this the start of something bad, or is it just, one loss and one draw, and it's a blip? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'd hope that it is just a blip, but we'll only find that out as the month goes on, I suppose. Right, DK Waters in the Discord says, I wonder if Liverpool are trying to maybe conserve some energy, but it just doesn't suit us. It never has. See, I don't know, mate, because I don't think Liverpool there was a lack of running from Liverpool. I think it was just a lack of quality. The passing was poor. That's it. It didn't look to me like anyone was not getting about the pitch or trying to run around or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah. I think it's just a lack of quality. If I'm honest with you, I don't know what you put that down to. I don't know. Is the honest truth. Now, does that mean Liverpool are really struggling? Do they need to go into the transfer market? Listen, I don't know how bad Joe Gomez is injured. Don't know what's happened to Gerald Kwanzaa. Maybe they do need to go into the market. The issue they've got, if they go into the market, they probably then would have to lose someone. They'd probably have to sell someone or sell someone or loan them out. I think when you look at the bench tonight, added to the fact that there's no Szoboszlai, no Gomez, that's a pretty big squad. They'd probably have to free a space up within that squad. Can they do that? Will they do that? I don't know. But it isn't. Hopefully the injuries aren't too significant. I don't know, but if they're going to do that, someone would probably, I think, have to move out the squad. I think it's too big in terms of bringing extra players in. But if Gerald Kwanzaa was just feeling poorly, which apparently Arne Slot said, then yeah, I don't know. Is there room there? Because if you look at Liverpool's bench tonight, and then you count in Gomez and Szoboszlai, that's like 20 odd. So it's 19, 20, 21 senior players. How many more do you need? How many more can you have as well? There are registration rules around squad sizes and homegrown. I haven't done the maths, so I'm just spitballing this here, but it feels like that might be too many, but I don't know. But listen, if Liverpool want to go out there and sign a worldie, then feel free. I'm not going to stop them. I'd be more than happy for them to do that. Yeah, Kwanzaa was ill. A few people said, no, Slot said he didn't feel too good. There's an illness. I know, listen, Spurs had illness, didn't he, as well? But maybe that's what, Szoboszlai's been on, if Kwanzaa's got it as well. I don't know. Pat said Bradley needs minutes. He just doesn't look fit. He looked all right, but he was always only going to play an hour, wasn't he? He's only just coming back from injury. I thought Conor Bradley actually was pretty good. I thought defensively he was excellent for the most part. But obviously he's not fit enough to play 90 minutes yet. He got a good 60 in him there. That'll do him the world of good. Maybe he can play 90 against Accrington. And then maybe he's up to speed going forwards. But yeah, I thought he defended quite well today, to be honest. I thought he did a good job when he was on the pitch. David says we definitely need 1 or 2 January signings. Sorry to say, but a number 9 with a killer instinct. I think if Liverpool are going to sign a striker, and if anyone knows of a killer instinct number 9 who's available in January, Sant. Again, someone will have to leave. And listen, there probably would be options. I don't think it would be the end of the world if maybe Chiesa went back to Italy or so. I don't know. But Liverpool got 6 forwards. Like you can't. Someone would have to go. You're not just going to have a squad of 23 players where you've got like senior international players not even on your bench. That just doesn't happen. Nobody really does that. But so in January, that feels like it's not going to happen. I think in the summer, definitely there's a conversation there. Would I be shocked if Liverpool decide that's probably enough of the Darwin Núñez thing and and they try and get themselves a centre forward, I wouldn't be shocked. In fact, I'd probably encourage them to do that. I just don't see that happening in January, if I'm honest with you. I don't know. Maybe there is someone available. Maybe there is someone, but I think someone would have to go out as well. I don't think Liverpool are going to have 7 of them. I just don't think they're going to do that. But you never know. They've proved me wrong before. If I'm honest with you. Right then, last one, I think, and then we'll go over to the player rankings show. We have Ryan King, full rotation in the next game, get some freshness in the legs and hopefully kick on. And I think you're right. I think the team against Accrington should be a load of squad players and plus young players. And hopefully you win. If you lose, it's not the end of the world if you get knocked out, I guess. I mean, maybe I'm wrong to say that, but I think, there's a few lads there who need rest. There's definitely lads who need minutes. Harvey Elliott definitely needs minutes. Federico Chiesa looks like he definitely needs minutes. Endo probably needs more game time as well. He can do what he wants with his full backs. Does he want to give them a bit of rest and rotation, play a few of those? Potentially, I think that might be a game where Yanni plays and things like that. Kelleher in goal. So I think you're right. I think he will make wholesale changes, give these lads a little bit of time to just get the feet up a little bit and then hopefully rock and roll for Nottingham Forest for next Tuesday. Right then, that is it for this section of the show. Thanks everyone for getting involved. Actually, before that, I think we've had a super chat from David. I'll read that out before I go. Thanks very much, David. Just really poor all round. Even before the decision, we were poor. Yeah, I would agree. Like I say, I think both teams were crap, and I think both teams should have got a 0-0. Just like I say, I think it was a dodgy decision and a bit of bad luck, fortune, officiating, whatever you call it. Leeds and defender actually leads to it being 1-0. But I think it should have been. It was a 0-0 game. I think both teams were pretty average. Tottenham just sneaking in the end, like I say. But it's yeah. Liverpool at least get the opportunity to put it right in like a month's time. But we'll find out that in due course. We won't know that until the beginning of February now, which is absolutely crazy. It's so far away for the second leg, and who knows where both teams will be by then. Right then, yeah, that is it for this section of the fan reaction show. Stick with us after this quick break. I'll be over at the board with the player ranking show.